Not much. How's it going?
Good.
That was good music. What was that from?
That's Flying Medusa, man. That's Flying Medusa.
Nice. Flying Medusa, your band?
Yeah. Hiatus currently. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Right on.
So it took us forever to get on here. It took us forever to get live and get everything, operating. And all the mics working and all the setting proper. But otherwise we would have been rock and rolling last weekend. But hey.
Yeah, computer issues suck. Technological difficulties are terrible.
Technological is right.
Technological difficulties.
Yes. Definitely. Can say, gynecological, but anyway, it's so it's Saturday night. It's 9:45 here, roughly. And real quick, Jim, I must ask you. I want to be able to see the chat. Oh, I got it. I think.
Did you figure the chat out?
No, I still haven't figured that out. Wondering. Let's see here. Anyway, I don't know who's in here. Can you see if anybody's in here? Hanging out?
I'm not there yet. I'm trying to make an announcement.
You will be there. That's how together we are. We got everything put together right now. We're so on top of things, it is not even funny. Okay. So no, we're good. Okay. I'm in there. Now, we're gonna live on air. Tweet out that we're live. So in a little bit, some of y'all will hopefully join us. If not, we understand because we just showed up like assholes on the scene.
Yeah.
That's kind of the only way to do it, though, right?
That's right. Well, my name is James Maiden, and this is David Barski.
Hi.
And this is Weaving Spiders Welcome.
That's right.
Or Weaving Spiders, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Weaving Spiders Welcome, because we welcome weaving spiders, weaving lies, weaving deceit, so we can sort you out and throw you away, or hang out with us, whatever. It doesn't really matter, We might. It doesn't matter. We're just here to have fun, and we're here to laugh at the apocalypse.
Laughing at the apocalypse.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll laugh with it too if we have to.
Yeah, you got to. You have to embrace it.
Have to. And, well, yeah, we're going to embrace it. Screw it. Why not, right?
That's right.
I keep looking at my phone. I keep looking at this phone so I can...
To see if there's something in the chat.
Do it.
Well, I guess we are live. And we are online.
We are online.
There's two watching now. Is that our moms? Thanks, moms.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom, give us a thumbs up, you moms.
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. There's two. There's two. Wait, there's two. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Nice. I think it's us.
Hey, Dad? Oh, wait. Yeah,
it's hard to say.
It is hard to say.
It's hard to say.
Can't really read. So we were gonna discuss a few things. I mean, it's short notice. I suppose we really didn't give any notice, except that we were gonna go live at some juncture, and here we are, like assholes, like I said. But hey, look.
Harrison, what's up?
What's up, man? What up, dude?
What's up, Mom?
Hey, Mom. What's up, Mommy? Alright, so I'm officially going to tweet it out now. I'll tweet the link out for everybody, because I suck and I'm slow. And that's my spectrum analysis. I mean, autism? Did somebody say that? Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite color in the spectrum is autism.
Yeah, same here.
Right?
And my favorite season of the spectrum is autism as well. Yeah, we're jerks. At least I am.
It's the time for the season of autism.
Yeah, dude. Dude, let's just croon. We could just croon all night.
That sounds good, yeah.
So I accidentally just posted that with, I just tweeted out the link, guys, and with nothing, it's just the link. That's how on top of things I am right now. That's just why you're running shit, because you have
A glockenspiel.
Straight up suicide. You remember DOS effects? Anybody remember DOS effects?
DOS effects. Oh, you mean like for computers?
No, DOS. I knew you were gonna say that, dude. I knew it was gonna be a DOS reference.
I don't even know what DOS effects means.
DOS effects. It was like a late 80s, early 90s, like hip hop rap kind of thing, but it wasn't like full on rap. It was hip hop. It was actually solid. Straight up suicide with SEWA. Real edgy there.
Nice.
Alright, so we are live, y'all. And
Uh-oh. Harrison says he can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn on that thing.
NDI.
Yeah, NDI.
Thanks, Harrison. Good looking out, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Harrison.
What are you up to tonight, Harrison? Ask him.
Hey, Harrison, what are you up to tonight? I gotta figure this thing out. Oops, we lost you. Okay. I don't want this to be full screen. No. Ah. Wait, click hide ads. How do I hide the screen deal?
Let's see here.
I'm confused. Okay. Now we can't see you at all. Yeah. Homework. That's what Harrison is up to, homework, he says.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Homework is we should be doing here.
Yeah. We're really,
All right, Skype.
oh my god.
How do I get this thing to be smaller? Oops, I don't want that. Gallery view. Exit full screen. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna go up to Skype preferences, audio video, and I'll turn on and.
All right, so it's super quiet. I can hear myself.
Is it in audio video? I forget. Or is it in calling? Is it in calling?
Calling?
Yeah, the NDNI or whatever.
NDI, yeah. And you know what else? I'm so quiet on the thing. It's insane. So on YouTube, on the live stream, that we're live right now, guys, because we're testing, because we're real jerks like that. So I understand if nobody. We should get
There you are.
We should get so many thumbs down. It's not even funny, and we deserve it for this.
Well,
cool.
all right.
I'll accept it.
Do you remember where the NDNI thing or whatever is?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it was in the
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In advanced? Oh yeah, here it is. It's in advanced.
Yeah.
Don't get captured.
All right.
I know I'm probably really loud for you, Jim, but I don't care.
Now it's echoey on my end.
Well, whatever. I think maybe I'm audible now on YouTube. Harrison, can you hear me? Harrison? But that's okay. We'll check. Oh, not yet. All right. I know I can hear me. Because it's loud and we're good. Beautiful.
I can hear you, but you're
Professional,
echoey
man.
on my
This
end.
is
Dang
this
it.
is pro shit. This is how you do it.
Harrison
Hey,
can
James,
hear us.
true.
Yes, thank
True. This is how
you.
you do shit. This is how you do a live stream, James. You hear me? James, true. This is how you do a live stream proper. And by the way, your books didn't show up yet. Where are they? Like, are you driving the truck? Are you driving the UPS truck? What's up? Anyway, hi. Okay, so we'll get to a few things because tonight, we're gonna be on earlier, much earlier, but this is happening, and it's happened. So I'm gonna pause and let Jim take over for 2 seconds so I can plug in my power word here. So hang tight.
Well, let's see. It's what's that, Harrison? A truer shot has never been loosed. That's right. It's funny how now I don't know what to say. Now we're finally live, and it's pretty nice being back.
Oh God, you're totally bombing, aren't you?
Um,
No, I'm messing with you.
so yesterday was Tracy Twyman's birthday.
It was.
She was born on the 28th of August. That's 828, right?
828. And I think it's fitting, honestly, that it's right now we're launching it.
Oh shit! Now Harrison can't hear me.
What?
Ah!
I hear you beautifully, brother.
Let me just see if I can swap a mic.
Are you driving the truck? Yes, truck. Anyway. Hi.
Audio and video. My webcam. Mic. Hello? Hello? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
you're super. I can, but we need to make sure we can hear you on YouTube. This is professional. This is how you do this, dude. This is how you run an operation. Look, I'm holding my phone, you guys, and listening to the live stream to make sure I can hear my partner in crime. And no,
Now I'm
you sound
quiet.
all right. You're quieter, but
I'm gonna turn my volume up.
turn that shit the fuck up, dude. Cause yeah. Cause of yeah. It's all hilarious. You're broadcasting on top of. No, this is great.
Alright, I turned you down. Maybe that's gonna
Okay.
work.
That was too loud anyway. I always am too loud.
How about that, you guys? Is that
Yeah.
working any better? It's hard to. Freaking sound jacks.
I know.
Plus, it takes too many seconds to get our responses back. Well, let's see. I'll play it.
Now I'm super quiet, I think.
I'll be right back.
Wait. No, I think we're okay. Yeah, we're good. I can hear you fine, Jim. Just a heads up. I know you ran away. Jim left because he hates everything, and I don't blame him. Because look at this. This is how you're supposed to run a live stream. Clearly, we are the most professionals in the business of what, I don't know, shit talking and being fools. But as far as topics go and things like that, we're gonna be covering all kinds of stuff of the high strangeness variety, occult, esoteric, symbolism, weird shit, philosophy, shit that's just things that are going on in the, current present day, and hopefully we're all going to be laughing together while we burn in hell, right? Or purgatory, or when the rapture comes, whatever, same thing, right? Again, we are the most professionals in the business of business.
Well, I'm back.
There he is. He didn't jump ship.
You were doing a great job. I was watching from the
Far?
From the green room, yeah.
Oh, the green room? Yeah. Hot shit, man. Hot shit.
Well, I think we got everything set up, so
dude. So we're gonna leave this up on YouTube just to show, right, Jim? We're gonna leave this up because this is what we should. I think we should, for laughs.
Sure, yeah.
Or for laugh tracks. And then we can
Harrison
go back
still can't hear me.
And then what?
Harrison says he still can't quite hear me.
I see. Well, that's the thing, guys. We're gonna get it sorted out proper. It's only taken 2 weeks, but it's only taken 2 weeks because demons. I'm gonna blame demonic entities. I'm going to blame because I want to blame. I mean, laying blame, and it makes me feel better, right? About my inadequacies, Jim's shitty computer issues.
Computer fucking bullshit. I don't know how to set this thing up. Why are there so many ways that sound go in and out of this stupid thing?
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. And guys, seriously, I know how to do this, and Jim does too. And it's like the CIA really doesn't want us going on the air because we do have information we are going to be revealing. And shout out though, because that's what you should do. That's what all any live stream should be, is just shout outs, in my opinion.
Shout outs are great.
That's okay, right? John Brisson. It was the CIA, but you've read the documents, so I need to know what they say. So I'm gonna ask right now, live, on YouTube, all over the world, and probably on what are we live on? Everything? We're live on.
We're live on YouTube right now.
Oh, we're not on Facebook and buttholes. What's the other one?
I just switched my microphone.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I'm audible.
You sound good. I can hear you. You do sound really good with that mic. Let's see if Harrison thinks so. And we will have a Weaving Spiders channel. We're gonna create that.
I think that might work.
Yeah.
If there is anybody watching there in YouTube land or wherever we're at, let me know if you can hear us both after
after we wrap. Yeah.
After all those setups there.
Right.
I'm starting to see a lot of really disturbing stuff lately. I've been seeing a lot of face mask trash. Litter.
Yes, I've noticed that myself. No joke. I was just got back from walking the dog, and I swear I saw a filthy, used hospital, mask, and I was thinking, this is the new normal.
This is the new normal, yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, especially because, I used to live in Portland, and they outlawed plastic grocery bags because of all the litter everywhere. You know.
Yeah.
You have to pay extra to even get a bag.
To not provide the bag is just that's hardball. I mean, that's almost extortion, right?
Yeah.
It is actually just extortion, last I checked, but I don't know my definitions. I don't know my dictionary.
Well, no, because they're not asking you to. It'd be like
handing you a bunch of stuff and saying you can't use any
yeah,
bags, right? Yeah.
Like taking your bag away from you and saying you've got to pay us to get your bag back would be extortion. But yeah, if you're just like you have to have a bag. Or like you have to pay for a bag, you know.
So how about we agree to settle on a subgenre of extortion because I don't have my thesaurus next to me. So.
A subgenre?
A subgenre of extortion.
Would be grocery store extortion?
I think, and we will be releasing Jim and I will be releasing a lexicon dictionary. You know, cipher actually. It's a lexicon cipher, essentially for this show, exclusively, so people can understand what we're actually talking about.
What are we actually talking about?
That's a good question. I mean, we didn't expect anything to work because it just doesn't usually. So we're just rolling with it. Everybody who's not in here, we don't care.
Looks like there's 6 people watching.
6? Holy hell!
So
amazing. Michael Deacon would say it, and he's live right now too. So we're going up against some heavy hitters right now.
Yeah.
That's my brother though, man. What up, Michael Deacon?
Who's Michael Deacon?
Michael Deacon. That's my buddy, man. He runs the Michael Deacon program with Mike Hideous. Mike Hideous is a musician, been around forever. He's notorious or infamous, whichever. For being the Misfit singer after their reunion. Michael Graves left the first time. After Michael Graves, the first singer, left, he jumped in, kicked ass, and then I don't blame him. He ended up quitting. Yeah. I don't blame him. Dealing with those dudes. They were always nice to me though. Jerry Only and Doyle were always very, very kind to me. Seriously. Like way too nice. So that's just me and my Misfits.
Don't be a misfit.
Don't be a misfit. Were you ever a fan of the Misfits, Jim?
Yeah, they're all right.
All right. Either you love them or you hate them. I don't know. Yeah, all right. They are all right. What do you think, Harrison? Are you a fan of Misfits? But it doesn't matter. We're just talking shit right now, you guys, seriously, because we got to get this straight for next week, for real.
Hunter S. Thompson, come not here. That's right.
I know. And Hunter S. Thompson, yeah, for real. How many rape scenes did you film? And how many snuff films did you make at
I think
I know where. I'm not gonna say where. We'll just leave it up to the imagination. What were you gonna say, Jim? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was gonna say that I think that Hunter S. Thompson might have filmed. I think. Have you ever seen that Faces of Death show?
Yes.
Or movie or whatever? Like.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my friends like rented it and stuff. I never really watched it like all the way through, but I saw a clip from it, and it was like somebody had like a bag over their head, and then they got shot by the person filming it or whatever, and then they just like pretty much died, and it looked like a younger male, and it made me think. I mean, it looked like, you know, ponderosa pines and sort of mountainous. It made me think of Hunter S. Thompson, because he had a ranch up there, and he was implicated in a lot of, as a producer of snuff films in, you know, back in the day with all that.
Was that in the Franklin scandal or the Franklin cover-up or whatever?
Yeah, back in those days, apparently some cameraman said that who was.
No, it was a kid. It was a kid, dude. It was one of the kids, and his testimonies said, I remember this specifically because it hurt my soul when I heard it, obviously, because I don't want to believe it, and I still don't want to believe it, but I could totally see him doing it. But anyway, point is, he said, I believe he even testified, that he was trafficked, blindfolded. I remember. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He was blindfolded and boarded a plane that he remembers how he remembers landing in Las Vegas, I have no clue. But then they once he once they got to their destination, he realized it was Hunter S. Thompson because he had seen Hunter S. Thompson in what movies? Some I don't know. Obviously, he's not in movies, but he knew of him. Must have heard his name while he was getting. It sounds horrible. Raped, or I don't know. I don't know the
And
exact.
he was in a cage with a boy that was killed.
Yeah.
Right next to him, I think.
Dude, I don't know honestly, what do you think like about when you read all that? I mean, is salaciousness, like of that the accounts
Well,
from the Franklin.
I was thinking I forgot about that one that you were talking about, the account of the victim, or one of the victims. I remember there was he was a friend of Hunter S. Thompson's, and I think he was like a porno cameraman or something, and Hunter had offered him like something like 10 grand or 100 grand. I think it was like $100,000 or something to like help him make these movies, to videotape for him. And this guy said that he was like kind of sort of in like sort of the low life scene already, but Hunter's proposition like totally fucking made him sick, and so he didn't want to do it. So he backed out, and that's why he told the tale about it.
So where did you glean this information?
Oh my gosh, it's hard to say. I used to watch so much YouTube conspiracy stuff that it was just like recommended video after recommended video, and I didn't pick it. It would just stuff would pop up, and I'd grab little bits and remember it,
Right. And for those that don't know what we're talking about at all, we're speaking of the Franklin scandal and Franklin cover-up, which is from Nebraska back in the late 80s, where basically, what is it, like, it was, the Satanic Panic was essentially like a Trojan horse, kind of, right? What would you call it? A red herring, Trojan horse kind of situation?
Well, it was like sort of like paralleling. Like there was actually that stuff was going on, but they made a really big deal about it and kind of mocked it just to make it,
like Pizzagate.
Seem like exactly the same thing.
Yeah. It was Pizzagate for the 80s, and everybody was freaking out. I mean, we're 80s kids, so I mean, 80s was super weird, late 80s, especially because it was that bleed into the 90s with that those colors that were just like, ugh.
Cabbage Patch Kid dolls, remember those?
Ugh. Yeah, gross. But seriously, so there was what was it? Larry King. His name was literally Larry King. This gentleman, I won't call him a gentleman, a creeper man, that was super rapey and creepy. But anyway, what he did was
Larry King.
Yeah, he was not the talk show host. Let's clarify here. He was running the credit union in Lincoln.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. It was
not
like
Lincoln. It might have been another city, but the point is.
And he was hiring that boy prostitute, and he would.
Yeah, he was hiring boy prostitutes, and this is all documented, guys. Anybody can look this up, like Google, whatever. You can anywhere it's available.
And he was flying these boys to Washington D.C. from
all over. They were kidnapped. They were using Child Protective Services, and they were basically, and the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club of America in Nebraska. But they basically had a giant network where they were, using these, what are usually, your parents would consider. Oh, that's a great. I'm going to enroll my kid in this, and then. Essentially what happened was they got busted, but the names that are mentioned in the documentation, in the court records and all this stuff, and by the way, guys, there's two books actually on the subject that go really in depth and really in detail. I mean, one's called The Franklin Scandal, and that is by Nick Bryant, I believe, and then on Trine Day, and then the other one is The Franklin Cover-Up, which is, I can't remember the name of the author, but he was a senator, I believe. DeCamp.
Yeah.
Gary DeCamp, I believe his name was.
Yeah. What?
Um,
What state
but
was
yeah,
that? I wonder.
Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Nebraska, yeah, that's correct. But yeah, basically, it's incredibly. So basically, the Satanic Panic was around that time, and then, um, so people were. It was kind of like a sleight of hand type situation. Um, yeah, where he's like, look at this, look at all this stuff going on, and if you were around in the '80s or the '90s, if you remember, Geraldo would have on Michael Aquino and all these
Oh, you
satanic
would have Michael Aquino on?
yeah, man, I
That's
remember
crazy.
him on Oprah. He was on Oprah, and oh, dude, I remember it so vividly, and I'm positive because I went back and watched a clip of it where, and rest in peace, Michael Aquino. Seriously, he just passed recently.
Oh, he
Not
did?
kidding. Yeah, he was a nice guy, man. Like seriously, I'm not even kidding. I know I sound like a creep. Whatever, I don't care. Michael Deacon had him on. Michael Deacon actually, had him on his show multiple times, and he was a nice guy. He's not like a total jerk. I don't necessarily buy all the garbage being sold around him. You know what I mean?
Well, it's easy to come off as a nice person and not be a nice person. Like,
Right.
there's lots of movie stars. Like, it's happening to Ellen right now. Where,
Right, but I mean, everybody knows. I mean, a lot of people know that's been going around Hollywood forever that she's a total cunt, and she treats people terrible. I mean, and not to be like that, but I don't know. I can totally see that. I can see her. Um, she just has that air about her, like an arrogant, just overwhelmingly, ugh, gross vibe. It's just a weird vibe. Hey, guy to remember, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for coming and hanging out in our super professional.
well, it's not professional because we're not getting paid yet.
Oh yeah, we are. Shut up, dude. I thought we were shills.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Shills, yes.
We're not shills yet, guys. It takes a couple weeks, months.
Yeah,
years.
we haven't given you the website and the
Exactly.
customer codes yet.
And yeah, we haven't given you our PayPal. We haven't given you our Patreon. We haven't given you our yeah, we haven't given you our 503B information. Is that even right? C? B? I don't know. But yeah, chords 526. Yeah, I can't imagine. I was curious to know like if these sorts of topics actually come up in hey Oswald, if these sorts of topics come up in foreign countries. It's really interesting to think about that. I mean, but granted, we don't get Japanese news about Japan, like whatever scandal over there, but our our media outlets are very, very self-centered.
Yeah, we rarely get Japanese news. I think I remember like
Go ahead.
maybe a crane collapsing or something. For some reason, I follow it when cranes collapse.
So you remember the big blue collapse in Milwaukee then, right?
Yeah,
Miller Park, yeah.
and I remember like when there was like a Japanese cult that did like a chemical terrorist attack on the subway.
Oh, the Rishi, what is his name? No, is that it? What's his name? I know what you're talking about though. Someone in the chat knows what exactly, and they're gonna type it out in a second here and let us know. It's not Armstrong is that it? Armstrong Rikyo? What the hell is that? Is that it? Jim?
Maybe.
Oh, you don't know it?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I've got a face for memories. I mean, a memory for faces.
Hey, we got the former Navy intel. Hey, they're laying low right now. But no, why do you follow crane collapses? I think that's what everybody wants to know, and I do too. Why?
Just cause like cranes are huge and kind of cool, like they can move all kinds of stuff and they collapse and crush people and buildings, and it's usually because like some sort of stupid mistake happened. Like a lot of them,
Right.
they have like these like weights that go in the ground and they bolt them to that, but it's not to hold them up, it's just so that it gives some stability for other parts. And like sometimes they like will collapse because they just put the bolts on finger tight and they never tightened them down, and so
Om
then they like
Shinrikyo,
have a weak
that's what
spot.
it is. Shout out to Harrison. Right, I know what you mean though.
Or like people didn't put safety pins in stuff, or just always like stupid mistakes. It seems like.
Boocefus, what's up, brother? Yeah, no. So Boocefus is here. I'm glad he joined us from the Twitter zone. And Oswald, how do you know my how do you know? That's all I have to say. How do you know? News were really different until the pandemic. Now I suppose it's pretty much the same in everywhere. Yeah, that's a good point, Cords.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't know. I mean, they report on the we can't say the word all the time. And
what word is that?
The word we don't want to can't say that. Don't say the word. You know what? There's two of them. We're not. I'm sure we shouldn't be saying. Talking the beer. It's like It's like a beer, from what I understand, that's of Hispanic origin or descent. It rhymes, or it doesn't rhyme. It actually is the exact name. You know, it's like a blood plague kind of situation going on. We can't say those words.
I'll take your word for it.
All right. Jim doesn't know what's going on either.
I say a lot of words.
We do say a lot of words. I do.
Sometimes I don't say any words.
There's a few words we can't say on YouTube, and we will get.
I think you can say any word you want
right away, and you know this is how we make our money, guys. We make our money running live streams like this. This is professional. Like I said,
and I plus I do a lot of dog walking, and I babysit lawnmowers.
Noble profession.
That's right.
Hey, Andy Warski, I don't know. He's gone. I don't know who that is.
Andy Warski's gone?
Who's Andy Warski?
He had a show.
Hi,
it was super popular. It was like a debate show, and that's where SB Alger's got to start debating the flat Earth in front of like 60,000 people were watching live.
No way.
Yeah. Just insane.
That sounds legendary. So what was his stance on flat Earth?
Well, he was just kind of describing. He was talking about the flat Earth. What's that?
I see you. I know what you're doing. Anyway, go ahead.
He was talking about his own sort of flat Earth group. Was their beliefs differ from the regular flat Earth? You know.
So there's factions?
Yeah, there's all kinds of factions. It's just like anything else. It's been cultivated and, you know, helped out by intelligence groups, I think.
I agree.
Infiltrated and, you know,
there's
paralleled.
Yeah, totally.
Just so that, you know, you can make something look stupid if you're a part of it.
Right.
Put a lot of truth in it. And
insert a Richard Doty and you got game. You know?
Yeah, or you know, well, it's the same thing with like David Icke. Like everything makes so much sense, and it
90%, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's does the whole, you know, shape-shifting reptilians, which throws a lot of people off, and so it groups anybody and everybody that, you know, takes anything he says seriously and puts it in the whack job group.
Sure.
You know.
Right. And I mean, so SB is of the. I mean, I don't want to just throw them in a box because I can't do that. I don't do that with people. It's just like I wouldn't have. Oh, dude, can you imagine if we just put people in boxes like that? And I think that's what people are. That's what's going on. So they're so quick to do that right now, especially in this little game that we play with all these that we're playing right now. It's like with the quote unquote truth movement kind of thing. Movement. It's not a movement. It is what it is. It's like, dude, we're just calling shit out for what it is. That's it. End of story. Like, and you can break it down, analyze it, and have some fun with it, or what have you. But the thing is yeah. I mean, I'm digressing left and right, but that's what I'm going to keep doing. So stay tuned. Have fun. But the thing is, it's like I think yeah, there's a lot of people like, and I'm not going to name names on here because we know them and we're friends with them, or acquaintances. So I'm not going to drop names like that. But still, if I just the way people are today, they're so quick to write, not people that are interested in these topics and actually give a shit enough to dive into them and do actual research. Anyway, the point is the rest of the public, that the onlookers, they are so quick to just immediately write everything you have to say off because of one belief they find so ridiculous that not even belief, it's just an opinion. Because how can you prove this stuff, you know? And it's something you can't even prove. So what are you even going on about? You know, we are toothers. You're damn right, big teeth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Bucephus, man. How are you doing tonight, Bucephus? What are you up to? Please give us an update. Um, and by the way, anybody just jumping in, we got 10 in here right now. I mean, been on for
Nice.
40 minutes, and we literally just decided to go live because we got sick of everything and nothing was working properly. So that we're just throwing this up, and we're gonna leave this up for fun because
Yeah,
we
I
don't give
think
a shit.
has it been like 2 or 3 weeks we've been
We've been trying, yeah,
trying to
for
go
two
live, but had technical difficulties with
crazy
everything.
technical difficulties. Plus, then like last week, my internet goes out completely, and but then we ended up working at it for hours and hours and hours and hours, just
Yeah.
messing with little things. And yeah,
Yeah, and
I think
I spent like an hour on the phone a couple times with the internet
yeah,
service provider, and it turns out that my router was bad.
yeah, it was bunk
Bunk
last
router.
last night, man.
Yeah, I
We
know.
we we've been at it, y'all. We have been at it trying to get this up, but I'm glad we got it up and running. We're gonna leave the settings the way they are as long as everybody in the chat and people that are watching think the sound quality is okay. And if there's anything, leave it in the chat, send an email, what have you. We're still getting a few things together, by the way. Like I'm still, I, I bought a domain. Or wait, did I? Yeah, I paid for it. Yeah, I paid
Be
for it.
right back.
Regardless, stupid. Weaving Spiders. Yeah, Weaving Spiders Welcome Show. .blogspot.com. I have that secure. I have just a little bit of graphics up for it. And I'm gonna need. I can't do all of it by myself. I used to run a blog spot where I did record reviews for years and years, and that was easy because there's a lot of graphics and stuff like that. You can't trust the Masons, uh, but I don't have a problem with masonry. I really don't. I don't think everything's. But I'll get back to it. Yeah. So I ran a successful blog spot myself. Started with nothing, and just did it for years. With it was basically all things heavy, where I'd review, you know, heavy doom rock, like doom metal, stoner rock, stuff like that. Like, for example, let's Fu Manchu, Queens of the Stone Age, that kind of stuff. So I have obscure bands on there, and since I played rock and roll forever and still do, um, yeah, that was like a passion of mine. So I did that in my free time along with DJing and spinning records, and basically would do record reviews of really obscure bands from all over the world that hardly anybody knows about or knew about. And then, so it was easy because I had, like record covers to put up and stuff like that, and content, tons of content that I could parse through. Whereas running a blog spot or a website, I'm sorry, I don't know code, so I can't do that. And I'm not about to start learning that. Either. But I'm just saying, like, there's not enough content for me to be putting up on a blog spot like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I suppose I could be writing little blurbs and articles about my take or Jim's take on this, that, and the other. But I mean, we'd rather just talk about it. You know? I mean, granted, some things translate well, or
Yeah, you
you know,
gotta start somewhere.
right, exactly. So, I mean, that's just the landing spot. And guys, we're gonna have what Weaving Spiders show. We'll have our own YouTube page. So, yeah, that by next week, Saturday, we'll have that, right, Jim? Or do you want to keep it on your channel? It doesn't matter. I mean, what do you want to do? Well, we're discussing it live right now for fun,
Yeah.
so everybody.
I don't know. I don't mind keeping it on my channel.
All right, keep it on your channel. Then we'll just keep it on here.
We could do both. You know.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
like a what? Just for a landing spot kind of thing, you know. As yeah, we'll discuss that off this, so people can't see that. And hear it. See, 10:30.
What
Yeah,
time is
and
it
by
down
the way,
there? Where are you at?
10,
You're 2
10:30.
hours earlier than me.
Ahead.
Oh, it's dark at my house.
Yeah.
It's
So we got
8:30 here.
yeah, we got 8:30 out there. So Kenosha's literally right down the street, guys, from
So
where I am. I
so tell
am
me about
in
Kenosha.
Kenosha. It's
What
where
what happened there?
um. So the funny thing is that Kenosha's only like 6 miles south of here, where I am right now, presently located. And no, nothing's on fire. The house isn't on fire. I don't think. Um, but yeah. So guy, hold
Dude,
on. Let's be accurate, okay? A gentleman by the name of something Blake, because I can't remember. You remember his first name?
who, me?
Anybody remember? Yeah, you don't know.
Three guys
Okay.
got owned.
Yeah. Anyway, Blake, I should know because it's right down the street. But anyway, he got shot, but apparently he was at a location where he shouldn't have been because apparently there was a restraining order against him where he was. But he was trying to quote unquote break up a fight between some people, two women,
Like you do.
uh, and so the cops were called. And the complainant said that he took their keys and refused to give them back. So I'm calling 911. Fuck you, Jacob Blake. That's his name, Jacob Blake. Anyway,
Jacob Blake.
so the cops get there. Turns out he's a felon with multiple warrants out. For one of the warrants is out there for sexual misconduct with a minor. Now I haven't been able to like confirm that the minor was with the age exactly, but between 14 and 17 years old. So if it's 14 on that end of the spectrum, I fuck that guy. Regardless, I don't know how old he is. I think he's like what 25. Does anybody know how old he is? Whatever, doesn't matter. Should be fucking around with kids or
Yeah, that's
tweens or whatever. I get it if it's like 17 and you're 18 or 19 or something like that, and she's a senior in high school. I understand that to a degree, but that ain't
I don't
me.
know. I always had a rule when I was in high school
Same,
that
same here.
once I turned 18, I didn't date anybody that was younger than 18 just because I didn't want
Yeah.
to
I don't want to
fuck
go to
around with
jail.
it.
And that's
And
creepy anyway. It felt creepy, right?
well, yeah, and there's different laws in different places. Like some places, like they have like an age of consent law where if you're under, like
16,
if
7.
you're like
Yeah.
16, 17, and like
I get it. That's puberty.
your
That's
parents
normal.
approve of your relationship or something, that
Yes.
you can have
I
that
think
choice.
that's a stipulation. Yeah, I believe.
But
But
like,
yeah.
I don't know if your parents have to sign off on the sex part. I think that it just has to be like your parents have to, I don't know. I think your parents have a say in the whole
it's a
thing.
stipulation. I think it's like if they were to get pregnant, I think that's what it is. Then it has. I don't know. Who knows? We don't know all the laws because they're different in every state. Clearly, because you get to smoke grass and I don't.
Yeah.
And that's bull. That's bullshit.
The
But
parents
anyway,
could say, maybe it's like the parents could have the final say, and in some cases, like if it's a kid at a certain age, the parents don't have a choice. It's
Sure.
it's rape, like.
Okay.
So like
Yeah,
14-year-old is
exactly.
dating a 29-year-old, and
Yeah.
then no matter what, even if the parents said it was fine that they were dating, it would still be considered rape by the
As well it
authorities.
should. And Blake apparently, by the way, good looking out Harrison. He's 29 years old. So that's creepy all the way around. Unless this is a charge from when he was literally like, unless it's a charge from 10 years ago, that's bullshit, and he's a creep for that. But allegedly he had a knife, and the guy, I don't know, a lot of the footage the only footage that I saw, because I don't like to watch people get shot and killed. I'm tired of watching people die on camera.
Yeah, it's creepy.
But seriously, Blake apparently, the guy that's filming from the screen door, I know if you guys know what I'm talking about, the main one, where apparently when he was questioned about what he saw and filmed, he said that he overheard the police screaming before he started filming, "Drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife." Now, we don't know. I don't know what camera footage has been released since. It doesn't really matter. The point is confirmed as of yesterday. Um, the police did find a knife in the floorboard or on the floorboard of his car or van or whatever it was. And also, one of the things that's also going around, and it's major, is like he was shot 7 times. No, he was shot 4 times. And I don't know how that other cop missed. The first shots were apparently missed, and the first cop shot at him 3 times, and then the the I don't know the officer's name that shot him, but he's a fucking asshole and a pussy for like shooting a dude in like that way in the back. I don't care that he did not have a gun. I'm sorry. This is David Barski speaking, not James Maiden. Um, but this is my opinion. I think it's really weak, and it seems like a lot of these. I don't think it's a racial thing. I think it's a cop panicking, and that's what a lot of white cops tend to do around black folks, which sucks. It's pathetic, but I think it's true. Once they see, like, they get it like a mind state. That's at least from all the footage I've seen of like police brutality or just overt just action with these with a cop messing with a person of color, to be politically correct. Um, they've always had this panicky feel, like you'll see the guy, my hands are on the his hands are on the wheel, my hands are like, keep your hands where I can see him, keep your hands where I can see him, and then all of a sudden they'll put their hands up and like if they're freaked out in the slightest, they'll draw their gun and be like, just do what I say, do what I say. Like that's not a cop being, yeah, they're being overly aggressive, but that's a cop that's panicking. That's a human in panic mode that does not know how to de-escalate a situation, let alone his own, you know, adrenaline. It's just ridiculous. So just lets it take over. But my point
Well,
is,
they
I
have to
think
make snap decisions,
yeah, but
So,
at the same
like,
time, it's not like it's not a contest of, all right, walk 10 feet, turn around and draw. This isn't a contest like that. This is literally like, this dude doesn't have a gun on him, clearly. He's running the opposite way, and like, there's 3 kids in the car, 2 to 3 kids in the car. Okay, I got a problem with that because those errant shots from that first cop that missed the 3 times, which is what the hell? How do you shoot 3 times from I don't even know the distance? How do you miss? And then since there's kids in the car, guys,
maybe he went to the A-team target school, shooting at the feet.
Oh, dude. Yeah, but regardless, man, I just can't. I feel so bad for people that are cops, but I mean, like, for real, like the morale is absolutely in the negative, and they're like, but I don't feel bad either at the same time because I have never, and this is me speaking again, I've never once had a good, um, like, I've never had a good uh, not encounter, should I say, but I've never had a good experience dealing with police in any situation except for the one time which I got pistol whipped and robbed and beat in 2014 in on my stoop while putting my key in my door. 3 dudes hopped out, bum rushed me, empty
Oh,
your fucking
shit.
pockets, white boy, and yeah, and I started laughing, and I was, and there's no, as fight or flight, there's no flight because it's a brick wall, and I lived in Milwaukee, right in like downtown Bayview, so it's like, I lived above a record store, and then next to that was like a photo studio, and then really nice a restaurant. It's a brick building, huge, and yeah, I remember I turned around, and it was the middle of the summer too. I couldn't believe it. 10:30 at night. I remember the date. It was actually June 23rd. Yeah, June 23rd, 2014. Um, I had an actual umbrella on me, though, a huge golf umbrella. And for some reason, I was walking home from my wife's house, a couple blocks, and these dudes put my key in my door, hear the door slam behind me. Mind you, there's just a sidewalk between there and whatever. Anyway, um, I hear empty your fucking pockets, but I turn around, and I'm just like, what the So I literally go, you picked the wrong dude. I don't know where that came from. I just it was like, you picked the wrong dude. And they're like, what the fuck did you say? I was like, you picked the wrong fucking dude. I have $2 on me, dude. So I grabbed I had the umbrella. It was like a javelin. It was a golf umbrella, and I
Yeah.
slammed it into the stomach of one of the dudes.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
And he flew back and was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Okay." And I turn, I go to like just whatever, get these other dudes. I didn't attack them, but they were right up on me. And all of a sudden, there's two guns in my face, and I'm up against the brick wall.
Oh,
And I'm just
shit.
like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? So I basically, I couldn't. What am I gonna do? You know, they're like, give us your money. I'm like, I don't have, dude. I said you picked the wrong dude. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? And they're like, what do you got? What do you got? I was like, I'm right here. You got guns in my, I don't remember, whatever. Anyway, then all of a sudden I got pistol whipped super hard in the, like right here, still have a scar, and then just went down. And then they just proceeded to kick the shit out of me. Like, and I'm like, why are there no cars driving by? I'm just balled up trying not to get murdered. And then
Yeah.
they get this lasts long enough to where I start screaming like yelling my roommate's name, Zach. I'm yelling Zach, Zach, and the windows are open. Summer. His brother literally lives directly across the street. Start screaming Luke's name. Then I'm just like whatever. So they start freaking out, and I'm bloody, like literally pulp bloody. Okay, and I'm on the ground just like whatever. And the one of the attackers steps away like they're gonna leave, and I'm like, finally, thank God. And then he pulls the pistol on me, and he's pointing it at me from about 3 feet away, standing there, just like with his arm fully extended. And I'm just like, if you're gonna pull, you better shoot. Just shoot. I was in shock, obviously. I can't.
Yeah.
I really said, and I was like, just whatever. I was like, you're gonna fucking pull. Don't be a pussy. Fucking do it. Do it. Do it. And I just kept screaming, do it, like got crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
And I could hear him go like, the other dude's like, let's fucking go. This dude's crazy. And he ran in the car and they took off. And they got my phone, my keys, and that was it. And yeah, so cops came. I could barely dial 911. I had an iPhone for so long. I still do. And my roommate Zach had an Android. I could not figure out how to dial 911 at all. Got to remember, I'm not talking trash on the cops. I'm not, man. I totally get it. Like, dude, I know it's the company line, but seriously, I know dude. I know they mean well and they're good people, dude. I'm not dissing the police straight up. I mean, granted, yeah, there's a ton of things wrong with a lot of them, at least with handling situations and where they should be de-escalating. But I mean, that's going to get magnified. But the point is I haven't ever had a good experience with them ever, which is weird. I've never done it. I don't have a record like that. I mean, yeah, traffic citations. We all have parking tickets and things like that, and little goofy things here and there. But I've had cops literally in Milwaukee take me to jail over. I wasn't even driving, like my registration being suspended and me, warming my car up. My neighbor calls the cops thinking I'm not me. I'm like, I don't know. We just moved to the neighborhood. Point is, dude, I didn't even start. This car was running for 20 minutes in the middle of winter. It was freezing cold. I was warming it up, reading my email in the car. And all of a sudden I get a knock on my window. It's a cop. I'm totally whatever. He's like, yeah, we got a call saying that you've been sitting out here for over an hour. I was like, what? I start laughing. Like, I'm not taking it seriously. Thinking it's like, because it's a joke to me, obviously, because it's not true. And I said, what are you talking about? And he says, yeah, neighbor called and said you've been out here for over an hour and just sitting here in the car. Real suspicious. And I was like, okay. So I'm literally like in the mood I'm in now. Like, are you like laughing, kind of like this can't be real? Like, okay, this is stupid. And he proceeds to literally like say I have an outstanding. No, my registration's suspended, and since my car's running, and since I'm in the driver's seat, right?
Yeah.
And since it's suspended, he goes, well, you're not supposed to be driving, and this, that, and the other. And he's like, and you owe, I think I did have an outstanding. I didn't have a bench warrant, but I had like something I owed like $200 on or something like that. And I was like, okay. And he's like, so I'm gonna have to take you in. I'm like, whoa, I gotta go to work. Literally, I have to be to work by 9. It's like 8:30. I have to be to work by 9. He's like, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to call your work. I was like, hold on. He's like, where do you live? I was like, right there. Like, I was literally across the street from my house.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I was like, were you in the street on the side of the street?
Yeah, parked on the
Nothing illegal with sitting in your car.
No, I was parked in a normal parking spot on the street, legal parking.
Yeah, there's nothing illegal with sitting in your car.
Absolutely nothing, no.
And you weren't driving. I know the keys were in the ignition and it was running.
Literally warming the car up because it was a super cold winter. I mean, yeah, it was super cold. And like I said, reading my emails, just chilling, having a cigarette probably and drinking a little coffee. I said to the police officer, "Sir, I have cash," and I did. I had cash in the house because he said, "Well, you can pay this right now." He literally gave me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he gave me the option. He said, He goes, "Do you have the cash on you?" I was like, "I don't have the cash on me, but I have it right there in the house."
Shakedown.
Yeah, and you know what he said? I said, "If you're more than welcome to escort me into the house, whatever, so I can give you the cash, pay it off, whatever, and then we're cool." Like you know what he does? He says, "No, that's out." I'm like, "What? That's out? I'm right there. Can I like call my roommate or something and have him go get it and bring it to me? Like what are we doing here?" He's like, "No, sir, step out of the vehicle." Right after step out of the vehicle, handcuffs me, takes me to jail.
Oh shit!
Which is right up the street. And
yeah.
Now in Milwaukee they have a bus it's like a bus route that goes around to every district precinct.
The jail
and
bus.
Picks people up, yeah, the jail bus, and then takes you to downtown. And that you do not want to be. That's no final destination. No, hell no, you do not. Milwaukee County. You don't want to be downtown. Point is, so I get booked, and mind you, luckily he was nice enough to let me call. I was like, "Can I call my roommate and like call a friend here so I can get bailed out? I have to go to work. Like, what is this?" So yeah, I called my roommate and I called one of my best friends, Orlando. Both of them showed up at the same time, basically to bail me out. But here's the funny thing. I'm sitting there in the cell, in the holding cell, and nobody else is in there. There's 0 people in there. It's quiet. And I can hear the sergeant talking to Officer Kim. That's his last name, Kim. Fuck you, Officer Kim. You're a jerk. Seriously, you're a jerk for doing that. Anyway, he said, I could hear the sergeant going, "What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?" He's like, he goes, "Dude, he's got no record." I could hear him saying, like, "You didn't find anything on him. There's nothing, like, he's got no record. What are you doing? Bringing him, like," and yeah, I could hear, I was like, yes. Like, I'm not crazy. Like, that was just so unnecessary. Point is like, then my buddies came, bailed me out, whatever, so stupid, paid the fine off with the bail money.
Did they tow your car?
No.
Well,
they should have put icing on that one, you know?
Yeah, might as well.
I've had it towed so many times in the city of Milwaukee, I can't even tell you. It's so many times. Probably
steal your radio.
10 times. Yeah, right? Man. And yeah, so I mean, I that was my police rant, but that's the extent of it. They helped me till 6 o'clock. I remember I got robbed. Yeah, I told you 10:30 it happened about on a Sunday night. The cops were at my house in my apartment, and mind you, just like, yeah, never mind. I'll leave that part up. But let's just say when everybody walked into the apartment, like when the cops were on their way. And the paramedics were there first because they were right up the street, literally. And they came so quick, they were there in 30 seconds after I called 911, which I barely could figure out how to do. It took me 5 minutes to dial 911 because I did not operate the Android phone. No shit. And plus I was, obviously concussed to hell and back and beaten to shit. But the point is that they came, and then my ex-wife showed up and my friend showed up, and it smelled very much of a, skunky smell. Because it's not legal in America, in Wisconsin.
In America that you live in.
Yeah, in my America.
In my America.
Not legal. Blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of that around, I'll just say that.
Uh-oh.
Have you? And it reeked so bad of it that I had every single person, which there's about 5-6 people walking up the stairs, and the cops were about to be there, and I saw them pull up. And I was like, everybody light up a cigarette all at once, like everybody, because it was that bad.
Yeah, that helps.
And they didn't care. It didn't help at all. It was horrible. It was a reek-permeating, potent, loud smell. Anyway, they stayed, and I had...
Oh, they weren't looking for that.
No, they weren't there for that.
Yeah.
But they would have been. We would have been in big trouble. I'll leave it at big trouble.
They sound like good cops. They were just doing what they should have been doing.
Yes, they were. And the detective, it was a detective, obviously, because, I mean, this was serious shit. It was like attempted, it was obviously, assault and bad. I don't even know what they got charged. But
It'd be a bit.
So they left at 6:30 that morning. They were there forever, and because we pinged my iPhone. Finally, like,
they stole it.
Yeah. And here's the thing: the cop was like, it's not going to be on there. I was like, hold on, I'm at the laptop. I'm like, let me go to findmyiphone.com. And it was like, no, they're not on there. But then it was like, wait a minute, and then a half hour
iPhone's
later,
in the room. It's in the house.
Yeah, right?
What's that?
I got a notification, a ding, on there about a half hour later while they're walking around, like, casing the place. I don't know why they were doing that, but it was hilarious. But we have great artwork, so whatever. So he goes, I ping, I was like, well, did you guys hear that on the laptop? And they're like, yeah. I was like, let's see. Walk over there, yup. My iPhone pinged. And it pinged just over, like, across the interstate, right? Which is like the south side of Milwaukee, which is, like,
spitting
Hispanic
distance.
mostly. Yeah, it wasn't far at all. And I was like, right there. So the cop calls it in. This is about 5 a.m. And the detective calls it in. He's like, yeah, we have this. And they didn't respond fast at all, whatever. Dragged their feet a little bit. They left at 6:30 that morning. And then I was in contact with that detective for about a week. And they were like, well, we're going to need you to come down to the station, downtown, if we do get, them. And you're going to... Because I think the DA had called me or something, or the prosecutor. Like, are you going to want to press charges? I'm like, yeah. Just the audacity of them doing that on my stoop, and just fuck them. Yeah. They were about, I'd say, between the ages of 16 and 20, maybe. But whatever. The point is that these cops were cool, but and all the cops around Bayview from then on out, because they know, like, in Bayview, it's a really, over the years, it's become like a really expensive neighborhood now to live in. It's become gentrified, so to speak, but at the same time, it still has that charm. And you'd want to, like, so basically, it's really expensive to live in that neighborhood now, but the cops are always on bikes, hanging out and cool in the summertime. Since it's happened in the summer, all the cops started to know me, and it never happens in Bayview, people getting robbed, like where I got robbed and how it happened. So every time I see a cop at a gas station up the street or what have you, be like, hey, wait a minute. All right, they knew me somehow. Like, you're the dude that got blah, blah, And I'm like, shit. And then he's like, did you get your concealed carry yet? And this was like a thing. I'd see him, like, all the time. They're everywhere. I'm always hanging out, whatever. And, yeah, just like, I'd see him at Ram 3 o'clock in the morning at the gas station and be like, you didn't get your concealed carry yet, did you? What are you doing out at this hour? I'm like, what? Like, this is an anomaly.
They were razzing you?
No, they were being cool. They were just, like, being cool, but yeah, they were razzing me, but being cool. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate that. Sorry for the super long story, drawn out stupid, but
oh, no worries. Yeah, I've always had pretty good luck with them because I know my law. I know my rights. I know the law, and
sure.
So I'm pretty good at wiggling out of trouble whenever I get in trouble.
Do you find yourself having to talk yourself out of trouble?
Not too much. Just like the way that you approach it. Sometimes they realize that you know what you're talking about, and then they're like, I don't want a big deal.
I don't want to deal with this. Yeah, this could be a headache. Yeah.
Like, so one time I went to this bar that is notoriously bad for getting people wasted.
Right.
And, I remember, like...
What, care to name the bar and where the place?
It's in Walla Walla here. It's in town. Cool. It's I remember, like, the bar closing and me, like, walking out, and then, like, I wake up and I'm, like, in my truck and somebody's tapping on the window and it's a cop, and so, like, I'm kind of confused, and so I like get out, and he's like, hey, right. I rolled the window down, actually. I didn't get out. And he's like, hey, are you sleeping in here? I was like, oh, yeah, just a little bit. And he's like, one of the neighbors called us because, like, you were honking the horn. Like, I guess I had been, like, sleepwalking, like, moving my arms in my sleep, and I was honking the horn.
Oh my God.
And so the cops came, and I was like, well, they're like starting to like try to give me a sobriety test, and I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, you know, you've been drinking and you're here in your car. And I was like, I'm on private property. I have permission to be here, and I didn't drive anywhere. And then the cop like kind of looks at his buddy and is like, hold on a second. And he goes back into his car. And then he comes back a minute later and he's like, all right, you're good to go, but I can't leave you here. And since you've been drinking, I can't let you drive. He's like, I'll take you home. And I was like, oh, cool. Thanks. Like, hold on. I ran back to the car and grabbed my stuff, and they took me home.
So, did they tow your car? Or what?
No, they left it there because it was private property.
Oh, nice. Well, that works. Do you know the owner of the bar or?
Well, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
He's there. We talk all the time, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I came in. If they were like, does this guy have permission to leave his car here? He'd probably be like, yeah. But like, it was a risk I was willing to take. I probably spent like $60 or $75 there, that night, and
right.
As you do when when you're on a night at the town, you don't realize, and your bill ends up pretty high before you know it. But
right. Man, yeah, I mean, I think anybody in the chat cares to share a cop story. That would be fun.
Like another time, I was getting a ride home, like a buddy of mine, he was driving me and we were all going back over to my house to like hang out after hanging out at the bar. And he gets pulled over. And the cop was giving him the sobriety test and the nystagmus test, where they use the flashlight and you.
Oh yeah.
You look, you follow it, and like when you're intoxicated and your eye gets to the corner of your eye, like the furthest part that your muscle can move, then it gives this like sort of shake, and that's what they can see. So like I guess if you're ever in that situation, like where you have to do one of those tests.
Feedback.
No, you hearing that?
No, it's gone now. I am, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, I could hear it here.
Could you hear it? Could anybody?
I wasn't sure if it was.
Could you hear that feedback? Anybody? Just want to make sure. When you get a chance, guys. No worries. No rush. Go ahead. Sorry.
So anyway, the policeman was giving him the nystagmus test, and like he did it once, and he did it again, and then he did it again.
What?
And I was looking, and I was like,
is he drunk? Right.
And I was like, he just couldn't get it to work. And I was like, I yelled out of the car. I was in the back seat. I was like, if you don't have it by now, then you're not going to have it. And then, he was like a new guy, like a trainee or something. And his partner said, all right, yeah, he's got it. And then he comes back to the car, the policeman, and he says, okay, I'm going to need one of you other guys to drive the car home because this guy has been drinking and I don't feel comfortable letting him back in the car to drive. And we all looked around and I was like, no, I don't think any one of us wants to drive. Because, like, it's the trick they can do is, like get you to hop behind the wheel.
Exactly.
Like, here's a side story.
Sitting there, just so they could,
Yeah, I had a friend who was having sort of a feud with a particular policeman in town, and my friend was wasted in his yard one day, and he was like, the cop came and is talking to him, and he's just like, probably being nasty to the cop, like saying cuss words and stuff, but he was on his own side of the fence,
I hate when friends get like that, you know what I mean? They get stupid. Cops, I'm like, what are you doing? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the cop says, your car is parked way too far away from the curb. You need to move it right now. And he's like, fuck you, I'm not getting in my car. And then the cop like gets pissed off and takes off. I was like, well, you're pretty ballsy. And he's like, yeah, he would have given me a DUI the second I got behind the wheel of that car. And he was trying to entrap me into doing it. I was like, you're right, he probably was.
Right.
Especially if you've had a run-in with him before and you're mean to him,
That's a worthy FU I'm sorry, that is a total worthy FU because it's like you saw the video, I'm sure most of y'all in the chat have too, or anybody watched it, the video where in Atlanta, where the kid at Big Boy shared it. He was the person from Outcast shared it, where it was like the kid walking, like the black kid walking, about 17. He's walking up and he's like, he sees that giant pallet of bricks,
Yeah.
and he's filming it. He's like, oh hell no, hell no. He's like, y'all see this shit? You see what they're trying to? Hell no. That's like, yeah, dude. That's that type of shit. Don't be getting entrapped, you know. James, it says you got your sound on, not using earphones. It's gonna feedback and echo the closer you get to your mic.
Am I feedbacking? Am I feedbacking when I go here?
Yeah, I asked the chat because in my
who's
audio,
feedbacking? Is it me or you?
It's you because I only have.
Because I'm not wearing headphones.
Yeah, because you're not wearing headphones. It makes sense.
Maybe is it reflecting off my glasses?
Josephus is right.
The sound.
You know. So yeah.
Yeah, it sucks getting this stuff all figured out and not having feedback because the best setups, you know,
is all the same. But yeah, obviously we're nowhere near each other. But real quick, I didn't finish anything about Kenosha. I know it's fun. The cop stories are great.
Oh yeah, what were you gonna say?
Did you finish the cop story? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and anyway, I was just like, nobody's gonna drive anywhere, and the cop said, and then I said, can you just let him park us over there because there's a gas station across the street, and the cop let our friend who he said he wouldn't let drive anywhere get back in the car and
back up,
park
back
it.
Up.
Oh, was that me? Yeah. Well, now
I don't know what that is, but just don't. Yeah, we don't want to.
Is it just when I get on a roll, talking like a whole bunch?
Yeah, what
maybe?
Is that?
It could be that whole analog thing. You know, like when you have a walkie-talkie and you're and I'm talking, I push the button and I can't hear anything you say.
Right.
And then I push the button or let go of the button,
like
and then
Zoom. It's Zoom. It's like when you're in Zoom.
Yeah, and then you talk. It's like that. So like when I talk longer, it leaves my mic open for longer, and then.
What are you using for a mic? You using the webcam?
No, I'm using this thing. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Can you hear it now? Can you hear it now?
XLR. Yeah,
Can you hear it now?
It's an XLR, right? What are you running it into?
This is XLR. Yeah, I'm running it in. It goes into a USB.
Okay.
What's up, Krista?
Hey.
What's that?
1 second.
Ha ha ha, he's a cop. What you doing? I can't even tell. He's got this background behind you. I love the green screen. How do I do that? Well, let's see. I'll have to. Looks like he had to jump away for a minute. So,
I got a dog in here.
Oh, you got a dog.
I got the dog. Hi, Krista. Now I'm echoing in here, but hold on. No, I'm not. I took the other ear out. Ear.
So, am I still echoing?
The weaving. Speak again?
Am I still echoing?
Yes.
Okay.
You're super echo. But Krista in the chat wants why the weaving spiders are not welcome at Bohemian Grove. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Why are weaving spiders not welcome at Bohemian Grove? Because, well, supposedly, like, I think the textbook definition is that it's like a businessman's retreat, you know, an elite
echo feedback
businessman's retreat where nobody's allowed to talk business.
Yeah,
and so like
that's
you
like
can't.
a rule.
No weaving spiders means you can't weave a business deal
No
or
policy.
something.
It's like the rule is no policy, which is total horseshit.
Yeah.
That's all they fucking talk.
And yeah, I think that's the Snopes definition, or the
God, yeah, right.
the whole.
Yeah, they'll give you that one. That's such a joke, dude.
You know,
But real
it
quick,
turns
guys,
out Pizzagate's real because it was all just like some guy that came in and shot up a pizza parlor because he was watching too much Alex Jones.
Right.
you know, it's that kind of stuff.
Believable, right? Yeah, that makes sense, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna drive up from yada yada, and just like Sirhan didn't
It's
shoot that Bobby Kennedy.
yeah,
Or
it's all
did.
gay hookers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't. Oh.
Oh, hey, yeah,
We love
gay
gay
hookers at
hookers.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, that is a nice tie-in.
Nixon did have nice things to say about Bohemian Grove.
Didn't he? Yeah, yeah,
I don't hang out with those faggots or
yeah.
something like
Thanks.
that.
Oh, I'm not. Hey, I just quoted. I'm sorry. I'm free speech 100%, and I would never disrespect homosexuals in any
No,
way.
I was trying to quote.
I got I got
A
gay
loose,
in me.
loose
I
quote.
mean, what?
What'd you say?
Like what? Anyway, no. No disrespect here to anybody. Everybody's welcome.
Like
Seriously,
Clotho.
weaving spiders especially. So talk policy all you want, and we will. We will talk policy.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
much just an affront to the secret society
That's the
idea
point,
that
though.
like
That's the point, though, isn't
we're
it? It's like us. It's like, you know, when you think about it, that's the whole point. It's
Yeah.
yeah, we come here to talk shit.
we're not
We make
weaving
coffee.
spiders, but we're unveilers. We're apocalypters of
Yeah, eschatologists.
eschatologists. What's eschatologist mean?
Eschatology or the eschaton, which is like the apocalypse, essentially, like
Gotta get you back on there.
eschaton.
Eschaton.
Eschaton. I believe it, right? Yes, eschaton. That's how you spell it.
I don't know. I've never heard of an eschaton.
An eschaton. Yeah, is he your buddy? I don't know if he's your buddy, but Clyde Lewis, my buddy Clyde Lewis.
I know. Well,
He's not my buddy, but I know Ron. Ron's a good
it's been
guy.
a long time since we had tea.
Yeah, you were on with him last
But
year.
I
weren't
was
you?
I was on a show with Sean about Tracy. Yes.
Yeah, last year. That was a great show. I remember that show.
Oh, cool.
It makes me
Thanks.
sad. But you know what? We're honoring Tracy Twyman here tonight because she's fucking great. And dude.
Oh
Right
yeah,
when-
and it was her birthday yesterday.
yeah, exactly. That's another dude.
I think she would have been 42 this
and,
year.
Yeah.
She was born in
and she-
1978.
Yep. 42. And she would have been.
I'm 42
I know.
this
Yeah.
year.
You are.
Last April, I turned 42.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks.
Happy belated birthday, buddy.
It's the answer to everything I found out.
I hear 42.
Once you turn
Yeah,
42.
I'm less than a year from 40, so I'm looking forward to it actually. Over the hill, remember those balloons and cards?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like back when my parents were turning 40, they were a lot older than me for some reason. You know, like I don't feel like an adult as much.
No, and yeah, honestly, you guys know what we're talking about in the chat. When you get older and are up in your 30s and whatever, it's like we don't look or feel like our generation looks as old as the last one. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, even that's
It
even
feels-
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it could be partially from just styles of what was
Fluoride in the
cool.
water and the chemtrails and
Yeah.
let's see what else.
But
yeah,
I mean,
forgot about that.
if you look through a high school yearbook from let's say like 1975, they all look like they're in their 40s.
Seriously. And
You
it's
know?
not just the haircuts.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and the glasses and the tie on the collar, you know, on his suit shirt or something.
Right. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, Tracy would have been hanging out with us, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
She's hanging out with us anyway right now, I'm sure of that. And yeah, she knows what's up, and that's the bottom line. Because, well, it just sucks because I mean we need her around right now, for you know, to help us help shed some light on the madness, and also to help us, you know, decode some of this crap.
Yeah,
Because-
I think we can all sort of gather together in her honor and try to help each other solve stuff out.
Well, exactly. That's the point. That's how I look at it. Where it's like it was not necessarily a channeling, so to speak, but also like I know you are open to all these things, and I know a lot of people that we know and talk to and hang out with and shoot the shit with and agree with. we are open to these sorts of things and are open to, yeah, like just hanging out. We're open to hanging out. No, I mean like allowing another person's energy to, like, do I even need to break it down? I don't have to that much, but I'm just saying, like, let that flow through you, through me, through you, whatever. And to, yeah, I'm open to it. I'm not some Christian, okay, textbook Christian, whatever, like where that's demonic, that's this. Labeling things is just silly, and whatever. It's incredibly, incredibly arrogant and silly. But yeah. Sorry. Huge, weird rant.
Yes. Well, it wasn't a huge rant, but yeah, it's a great thing for. It's gonna be good to have another venue for discussion for everybody.
Exactly. And you're feedbacking again. What is that?
Have a way to spend our Saturday nights.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I'm trying to see if I can talk.
You're trying to trigger it, I know.
Talk shorter and see if it works. Less feedback. Was it whining or just echoing?
It's echoing and it gets whining.
Yeah.
Krista in the chat says, I read that hand sanitizer magnifies the absorption of the BPA or whatever in the receipts.
Oh shit. And there's people like I go to the coffee shop and those girls, they're not necessarily touching stuff every time, but I see them like go to the window, they grab a credit card, they swipe it, they give it back, they sanitize, and then they go get the coffee and put it in like a cupcake tray, so they can hand it across the window to the customer, and then they go sanitize their hands again.
Right, it defeats I don't understand. That's overkill to the extent of you're just making it worse, or you're just, it becomes it becomes a placebo for the customer, I think.
Oh yeah, it's definitely placebo. Well, I mean, like a face mask is a placebo too, because supposedly the size of the coronavirus molecule or whatever, it just goes right through fabric like a hot dog down a hallway.
Exactly. It does not. I mean, and exactly. I'm not dying on that hill of the no mask thing. Like, I'm so anti. Like, I think it's stupid. I think it's whatever, but that's just my opinion. And it doesn't matter. It's mandated everywhere, so we have to just.
It fucking sucks.
I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta do these things, and you have to do it. We have to right now. What the issue? The one thing that does worry me though is like how long this lasts and how long people keep, like Joe Biden saying this shit, like all of a sudden coming out like, what are you talking about, dude? Saying, if when I'm president, I will mandate a 3-month mask, whatever, you have to wear a mask. What are you talking about, dude? So you get elected. So when you get into office, so in January, so you're like making plans for the next pandemic to emic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's just his. That's part of his platform. Is he's the mask guy instead of that other guy who doesn't wear masks.
Right, but yeah, exactly. I get it. I mean, it's so stupid. They're playing the same game Donald Trump is the master of. You know what I mean? They're like trying to troll him, and they're doing it it's the worst troll ever. It's terrible. It's pathetic, dude.
Fauci got throat surgery and has sore knees.
Fuck him. Sorry.
Excuse me. Yeah, everyone did forget science.
Seriously, what happened? I mean, granted, scientism, but it's like you don't deny everything just because, like, yeah, we've been screwed on a bunch of things, and that there have been a bunch of true conspiracies that have been declassified, or it doesn't even matter. We've discovered shit, but it doesn't mean that everything is not what it seems. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, holy shit, let's throw it all out, everything. Space, yeah, I'm with you. There's some friggin' in the rig in there. There's something, it's probably like water. It feels like it's water. That just makes sense to me. Like it's more like a watery substance than it is whatever they tell us it is. What's a vacuum? Like, give me a break. That's absurd. But so, I can't say for a fact, like with the flat Earth thing, I can't, dude. I can't say for a fact either one. But damn it, I'm not gonna go die on that hill either. Like, I'm not. No, I think it's a hard. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to talk about. You know.
I heard an well, shoot, I'll have to look it up to see if it's true.
No, I'll check Snopes.
Statistics. Check Snopes, yeah.
What are you looking up?
I'll have to look it up, but I think that more people believe in the reptilians theory.
What?
You know, like the reptilians
I know the
run
theory.
our world, than have died of coronavirus. But I'm not sure. I heard this.
Oh, we need a poll question for that in Twitter.
How many people believe in reptilians?
What? Yeah, I wonder what the percentage is of or not percentage, but all right. Here's one thing though that gets me about the flat Earth thing.
Okay,
And
12
this is
million
what-
Americans believe in lizard
12
people
million.
run our country.
12 million.
People.
Where's this information coming? Where's this data
What
coming
was
from?
the top Google result?
Well, ABC it is. I trust them. No, seriously though.
So
That's really odd to have that number though. Honestly, like to have that be that specific. How many? 12 million or 19 million? 12?
12 million it says.
That's kind of a round number, like, but it's also a 12. I don't know how they got that. Curious to know how they parsed that
Let's
one
see.
out. But another thing that's funny is
Maybe
I
more
noticed
people have died of coronavirus.
more people. Yeah, way more people.
I don't know. I can't tell how many people.
No, 120. It's 175,000 last I heard. And you're saying the word again. We're not supposed to say that word.
Chololo virus.
Yeah.
Can we not
don't
say
wanna-
it? Is it gonna?
We don't want to
They're
get
gonna-
demonetized. Wait a minute.
They're gonna
Yeah, right. That was funny. No, I know. I don't know. Is it
12
guys, I
million
don't know.
based Americans. That's
Yeah,
right.
damn right. They woke as hell, dog. Hey, gotta woke up. For real though, what? Oh, I was gonna say this about the flat Earth thing. What tipped me off that it was kind of like a psyop of some sort was that I believe it was in like 2017. There was a poll, a Rasmussen and a Gallup poll. I could be wrong. It's one of the two. It's a major polling place, and they had the demographics broken down as to the people percentage and the people who believe in flat Earth. I found that to be extremely telling. It's just me that I believe that there's like totally some. It feels like a psyop, dude, and it feels like it got planted in the conspiracy realm. You know, like in our little whatever. And it feels like it got planted right around, what is it, 2015 it started popping? Something like that, guys?
For what?
2015? When Flat Earth started popping off, wasn't it like 2015, 2014, something like that? 2015. I didn't hear about 2016.
16 maybe.
Yeah, so think about Donald Trump. I'll actually go James True right here. Steve Bannon, 2016. Steve Bannon, they what do they trademark or copyright or trademark build the wall, lock her up, and make America great again. Years before, I think Make America Great Again was copyrighted in 2012, as early as 2012. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm quoting somebody else that I can't name right now. It is round and flat, and I agree. But seriously, like it's both. That's the only thing I agree with mainstream piece of shit jerks like Neil deGrasse High and
Degrassi.
and what Bill Nye. Bill Nye's a jagoff. But I've heard Degrassi say it's both. Like when someone says, so tell me, is the Earth round or flat? Like it's both. I think it's both, but whatever. And yeah, he is a stone cold motherfucker. He's a stone cold Vince McMahon
Who? Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon is for those of you without chat.
Huh?
Oh no, I was just reading it.
Oh, okay.
Steve Bannon is a stone cold motherfucker.
Piece of trash. Sausage head. With fucking little scabs all over it. He's disgusting. 1547, Mercator, who was visited by the young 19-year-old John Dee, who, on completion of his undergraduate studies in Cambridge, quote, went beyond the seas to speak and confer with some learned men. That's interesting, Harrison. I'm actually finishing up. That you should bring that up, too. I'm actually reading John Dee and the Empire of Angels by Jason Louv. And shout out to Jason Louv because he's awesome. I like you a lot, Jason.
Sounds like a good book.
It's a great book. I think I'm about halfway through, and there's some crazy information in there. And I love the fact that also Jason breaks it down as to it could be A, B, C, D, E. Like, they could have been drunk. They could have just been blah, blah, blah. They could, like, explanations of, like, for real, let's be serious here. What was this? Or who were they really talking to? Were they talking to, these angels who claim they were these angels? Were they?
Oh, you mean John Dee and the whole
Edward Kelly, yeah.
Language.
Yeah, I am actually gonna hold on one second, guys, and grab this right now. And the Enochian language is what you're speaking of, and we're speaking of here. This is a great book. I don't know if you guys can see it in the.
Raise it up. Whoa, I can't see it. It blends into your background.
Yeah, it's stupid. All right.
Hold it up against your face or your chest. There it is. Right back up. There you go. Yeah, if you get too close, then it thinks it's part of the background. You can get closer. No, higher. Perfect. John Dee and the Empire of Angels.
Yeah, Enochian magic and the occult roots of the modern world. So anyway, I'll be specific.
Did Edward Kelly get his ears cropped for some sort of crime that he got caught for?
No, yeah, he says right there, Harrison knows. Harrison knows what's up. So I'll tell you guys real quick. So this is what it is. I mean, this book is just filled with a great. I mean, Jason did an amazing job, like with the research. I can't even imagine what how long it took. But anyway, here it is. Explanatory theories for the spirit actions. 1, Kelly was a fraud and Dee took him at face value. And he goes, obviously expounds on all this. Then the second one would be 2, Kelly was mentally ill and Dee took him at face value. 3, Kelly was on drugs and Dee took him at face value. 4, it was all cryptography. 5, it was real. 6, something in between. And that's it. And then he goes on, and obviously there's a lot of left in the book. I mean, I'm about halfway through, and it's incredible. It's incredible. I don't know. I believe it. I don't believe necessarily the complete narrative that they were given, about it. But I do believe there's definitely there's something there. There's a lot there.
Oh, it's still playing out. I mean,
exactly.
we're watching 007 movies and
right. Yeah, 007 right there. There you go.
I feel like the whole coronavirus thing is a magical ritual. It's it's been written in stuff.
It is. You're right. It is. And
Chris Cornell, the Black Hole Sun. The right. Walmart logo has that.
Do you care to share? Don't you have the? Black Hole Sun. We're in.
I would have to pull it up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had it ready.
Some stuff.
So in the chat though, I mean, Kristen Harrison and whatever, it's like we got. Where was it? His ears were cropped for minting coins with debased metals. That's crazy. That's Edward Kelly.
Sounds like a debased alchemist.
I know, right? And then we have in Blood Passover, this Cypriot Jews made alchemical, quote unquote, alchemical gold by wrapping silver bars in gold foil. Yep, that's classic right there, bro. Classic move. You got a both situation going on.
Oh shit. Where am I typing?
So, yeah, I mean, with it is still going on, and then there's also where a lot of people I've heard others speculate on. We wish you could share it too, Krista. A lot of people tend to speculate on the Enochian language being from ETs. I guess I'm in my own. No, I'm not in my own camp with it. I suppose I fall into the Jacques Vallée. That resonates so strong. His take on the ETs, where it's interdimensional to me. That just seems right. But anyway,
the ETs are interdimensional.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely agree.
I don't think
it's either. Well, I mean, it's not either. I think it's a combination of a few things. But the nuts and bolts crafts are, I think, technologies that we have. You know.
Really, you do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the nuts and nuts and bolts craft. You know, like some people see some stuff like, you know, like the classic saucer from the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
I think that was you know, an Atlas shrugged type of off.
I feel you.
You know,
that makes sense.
Like the Nazis, you know, or whatever after World War II, or you know, whoever it was that could have been Donald Trump's family, you know, with the whole Aero Club.
Back up. Feedback. There you go. But yeah, that is, yeah, and that ties into the Plus Ultra, right? I mean,
yeah.
Tomorrowland, sure. And then also we can tie this into where I reached out to Diana Walsh-Pasulka, the writer of American Cosmic, and she agreed to do an interview with us. So we're gonna have her featured on here, and we can discuss that with her as well, because if y'all are familiar with the book American Cosmic, which a lot of people are, I still haven't read it. I have to read it. I was gonna read it this weekend. She was blindfolded and taken to the New Mexico desert near Roswell, but it wasn't near Roswell. But she had to be blindfolded, and she was taken there, and actually she actually got to take real what is it, like wreckage, like physical wreckage apparently from the book. God damn it. Hold on one second. Hold on. Yeah, basically she was able to take physical wreckage from the site, and I don't know if she was able to keep it. I don't think she was. But essentially what the point is,
from which site?
It's near Roswell. So there's multiple crash sites. I think it's near the Aztec one. But she had to be blindfolded to be taken there.
Is this the lady that wrote a book about it?
Yeah.
Was she the one that said that it was like tiny Italian pilots that were flying it?
That's Annie. No, that's Annie Jacobson, Area 51, where she was told, they were Russian.
I thought they were Mussolini's.
Give me a second, guys.
Sure.
Sorry.
Let me get back to my gym screen here. There it is. Hi. Hey, folks. Yeah, the UFO stuff is pretty near and dear to my heart. I'm getting feedbacks. Let's see. I wonder if I can add.
That is a conversation starter. I should say it.
Yeah. Back.
So, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, sorry guys, I just had somebody walk in, and be like, this is a good like didn't say it, but it's a good conversation starter, and yeah, it was, because here we are talking about it. No, I can't get into that because we're on totally different subjects right now. Yeah, it's a good question Boosteph asked about. Are you monitoring your sounds through your speakers, Jim? I tried going there before, but I don't know.
Oh no, I'm all
Yeah,
here we go.
yeah, duh. Yeah, I know who it is.
What's going on here? Yeah, maybe are we screen sharing?
No.
Screen sharing. Skype. Boom. That's not what we want. Nope.
Wait, what? Harrison, you're. Oh, okay. I'm catching up here. So after that, it was Kelly that reinterpreted the oracle's word to mean debase. Yeah, I hadn't either. Good looking out, Harrison. Seriously, where?
Sure.
I haven't heard any of that stuff about the currency and him getting popped for making counterfeit coins. That's wild. Where did you glean that, if you don't mind me asking, and if you don't mind spilling? And but getting back to the whatever, Annie Jacobson claimed they were Russians, or she heard from and that was in what was it? Her book Area 51. But she interviewed a man who passed away who worked for the Defense Department for years in DARPA and blah blah blah. And yeah, she's her take on Roswell is that it was Stalin. Essentially, it was a Stalin plan, and they took a jet, or no, it was a airline, or a bigger airline, like a cargo plane, and then jettisoned a tiny craft from the Pacific, and jettisoned that tiny craft, which was the supposed UFO that crashed in Roswell. And they took, and the bodies that were discovered were actually, and this is why everybody hates the book Area 51, and I don't. I find it fascinating. The bodies recovered were actually not aliens or extraterrestrials. They were actually humans that were, yeah, they were actually humans that were challenged kids, like basically like handicapped, essentially children, and they also had been given plastic surgery. So this is plastic surgery for plastic surgery. Plastic surgery. So it's like reconstructive surgery to deform them even further.
To look like aliens.
Yes, to look like aliens. Yes, and that this guy swears by. That he's passed away now, and Annie said that
Hitler created.
Annie said it recently too. She said she can talk about it. She said she was given permission to speak on this and give the name after the guy passed away, because he just was like, I don't want it, and I understand, obviously you can respect that, and all of us can respect that.
It sounds like a CIA counterintelligence or something like that,
So I mean, if you're gonna buy that and write a book on it, like, yeah, there's no, like, and also be a Pulitzer Prize winning author,
yeah,
and also yeah, her bona fides are ridiculous, dude. But I respect her and her moxie. I like Annie Jacobson, I do.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I first got into this stuff, it was through the avenue of UFOs brought me into conspiracy stuff, and like it's really hard. It's really hard to. I mean, it just doesn't make sense if you're going to be a person that is going to get picky and be like, well, this story sounds true, and this story I just decided is fake, and this story is true, and and it's such a out there thing. Like I've had experiences myself, and they're just way out there. Like you sound crazy describing them.
How can you argue about this so hard, Like, and how can you take a stance that's that cut and dry?
Yeah.
And the story, you're an asshole. I'm not. Game
So,
over.
so you have to just take it all with a grain of salt. Believe all of them is equally. Give them all a possibility of
Right.
understanding. You might as well. Because
Yeah, why
who's to say that an alien didn't come down on Farmer Joe's farm and bring him into the spaceship to like explain corn?
Eat pancakes.
Eat pancakes, yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
account in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's from here. Yep, good old down the road Wisconsin. Yeah, where he's like, yeah, they left him. They left it for him too, and they had it analyzed. I have it in the Jacques Vallée book up there somewhere in my library. But yeah,
Yes.
it's a wild fucking story, man. It's a great story actually. I find that's a good one. But yeah, I mean, that whole it's just like Bucephus in the chat. It's like the waters are incredibly muddy. It's insane. Like you just can't. You're mired in shit hanging out in the like. And I love like UFOs and ufology and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean like that's what got me into conspiracies as well. It's kind of like Lavenda though. Peter Lavenda was huge. I love Peter Lavenda's work. I know a lot of people don't like him because of the Tom DeLonge shit. I don't really care because I don't care.
He was
about
one of the
Tom
wandering
DeLonge.
bishops, Peter Lavenda.
Yes, he was. That makes it even more amazing.
The guy
He's
that people
Simon, for crying out loud.
People
He
think
is-
maybe he wrote.
He is Simon.
He made a fake Book of the Dead.
The Necronomicon, yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote it as Simon. He is Simon. I played it. He was on with Ian Punnett. Shout outs to Ian Punnett. What's up? Yeah, right.
Ian is always my favorite.
He's my guy, dude. He's my guy. We
yeah.
talk a lot, actually.
He was on Sundays on Coast to Coast, and he
Yeah.
would only be on like once a month or something.
Yep.
At least when I used to listen to him, and he was like the only host that would like read the whole book that the guest had, and he would.
Yes. Do his
and,
research.
Even though he was I think he's a Jesuit priest or something, or used to be.
He's not a priest. He went to seminary.
Yeah.
Yes, Oswald, I do know Joseph P. Farrell, Dr. Farrell. Yep.
I love Joseph Farrell.
Yeah, I love Joseph as well. I
The
love
Nazi
Dr. Farrell.
Bell book was one of
Great
my
guy.
favorites.
Yeah, great guy. But yeah,
Excellent research.
Well, he's
researcher.
a master. I listen to his news from the Nefarium every week. I read his blog. I just don't participate because that's next
think-
level
did he-
intellectual.
Did you write a book on the
He's a Death Star.
the points, the ley lines and stuff?
No, I don't believe
Nature's
that's him.
or
I don't think that's him.
I'm thinking of I probably read those books back to back, so I linked them
Okay.
together.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, I don't know. I tend to go through with books, though, author. Well, Lavenda, yeah, like, have you read Sinister Forces, then, the trilogy? It's fantastic. It's quite possibly the best. That and the Lovecraft Code, the trilogy, that's some of the best fiction I've ever read. It's like Tom Clancy meets Stephen King, but it's tied together in the most, it just flows so perfect. And it's historically spot on, with like Easter eggs left and right for anybody that's, an adept in, and I don't mean like a literal adept, but I mean like an adept in like in any occult studies. You know what I mean? Like, or no, it's fun. There's Easter eggs abound in there, and also it's historically accurate, and it's so fun. It's like some of the best. It's like Dan Brown, yeah, like better than Dan Brown stuff, like.
Dan Brown.
No,
I think Dan Brown was paralleling
I don't
Tracy
like
Twyman.
him. Huh?
I think Dan Brown was paralleling Tracy Twyman.
Yeah, we go in the Merovingians, all that stuff. But I'm saying Dan Brown. I don't only mean it in the way that. I mean, like it's a riveting thrill ride. Meaning like Da Vinci Code, yeah, for the layman and the average person. And yeah, it was when it came out. Like, no, dude, who's talking about that stuff besides Tracy, and DeVere, and what's his name, and the Holy Blood, Holy Grail, or whatever. Those authors, I can't remember their names right off the top of my head.
I've got the DeVere book.
You do?
Yeah, I've got it upstairs. I just got that one.
Do you have? Speaking of, I have Genuflect. I'm almost. That's a rough one.
Have you read it?
I'm halfway through, a little over halfway through. and then that.
Absolutely.
And then yeah, and I have clock shavings, and that is like crazy.
Yeah, clock
but
shavings is cool. I
what
think
pissed me off,
for a while there they were going for
dude, I just was about to say yes. I waited, dude.
like $275 or something.
They were going for $1,000.
Were
Dude.
they
I was
really?
checking it every week. I was checking on
Are you
Able.
serious? Damn.
And my friend Kyle, my ex-bandmate Kyle Johnson. Shout out to Kyle. What up, Kyle? His band Misery Signals. Shout out to Misery Signals too. They're gonna be on tour whenever you can tour again. Anyway, their record just came out too. Go buy it. Ultraviolet it's called. Anyway, he lives in Portland now, and I was like, bro, Tracy Twyman. I told him what happened. He's like, holy shit, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, can you go down to Powell's for me, please, and see, if any of her books are in stock, because I can't buy them anywhere. Yeah, I couldn't buy. I wanted clock shavings, genuflect.
Yeah.
And yeah,
sometimes they're in there, pals. I've seen them.
I know.
Some.
I've been there. I've been there. I know that I've seen them in there. And that he goes, okay, all right. So he goes down there. No, nothing. Then he's like, because I told him, I was like, look, these books. I don't know who published them or whatever, but whoever's got them is just a piece of shit jerk. Like, how are you gonna do that? Like, I get it.
Well, it was a limited run for her first book, and they were out of print.
They weren't that much until after she died. Like, what are you doing?
But yeah, they were hard to find before she died too. She was.
Were they?
Yeah, stuff was. They just didn't print very many, and the ones that people bought and hang on to them, so they're not on the resale market. I also kind of think, like, sometimes when it's a book like that, the people that don't want secrets getting out, they buy up a shit ton of them. And destroy them, or just to get them off the shelf.
Have you read Clock Shavings?
Yeah, I've got. She signed mine. I bought it from her.
There you go. It's the way to do it. That's the only way
near and dear to my heart. I was
going
to have her sign everything, but I was also planning on buying everything first.
Right. Exactly.
And I wish I would have gotten. She had. She was selling her whole collection of Dagobert's Revenge, like $200 bucks, and I didn't have the cash at the time. And I was like, oh man, like, why are you selling it? She's like, I need the money. And I was like,
damn.
I understand.
Feedback. Just heads up.
Yeah.
What is that? What the fuck? Whatever.
What, the feedback?
What the flag?
Could be.
But that, I mean.
Could be one of these extra microphones I have plugged in and just sitting around.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding. I do have microphones, but they're not plugged in.
Papal Magic, Krista? I don't know what Papal Magic. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that, Jim?
Yeah, it's the stuff that you can get orange juice with it. It's like heavy papal, and some of it's light in the papal. The magic, and like it's like the chunks in orange juice.
Pulp.
Yeah, Pope. Just like I said, Pope. Popal.
Got it.
It's popey. I like my orange juice with extra Pope.
I hate Pulp I hate Pope with a passion, actually.
You know why they didn't put missing kids on orange juice containers? Do you know why they didn't? It's not a joke.
I'm ready for a singer. I am. Everybody else is. Go for it.
I kind of think that when they did milk, missing kids on milks, I think it was like.
That's human trafficking. Yep.
Yeah.
I knew you were going there.
The same thing as Wayfair. Like they put a kid on the milk, and then everybody gets to see the kid in the whole world, or whoever is in. They just go find the milk, and they're like, oh, I want last week's milk, or this week's milk, and also like. They use milk as a baptism liquid.
I know that. Yep. And anybody that's
like a blood bath or a milk bath.
Right.
So
because it's the symbolism there.
Kind of an interesting connection, I think.
It is.
Why is it just milk? Like. Yeah.
Mother's milk. Krista nailed it. Yep. Mother's milk.
and they actually it's more scary to have it on milk for kids and it wasn't really helpful to find any kids. It didn't prove to be very helpful at all.
Right.
Which is
no,
kind
it
of
didn't.
sketchy,
Yeah, and the statistics show like the whatever. I remember reading a random clip about that or something like a blurb or I think it was in the actual like a newspaper, physical newspaper at the time, and I remember feeling,
yeah.
huh,
No, this was probably early to mid '80s. I think maybe when the Satanic Panic was going on, or maybe before.
Yeah.
There was like a rash of kids getting kidnapped.
Yep, getting just plucked. Yeah.
Yeah,
left and right.
it was a big deal. Like we had a password. My mom was like, okay, we have a password.
Sure.
And you know, if you're at school.
Hey.
And somebody wants to pick you up.
Yeah.
You know, they have to have the password. And my password was orange juice, which is ironic.
Whoa.
With this conversation.
Dude,
you know,
full circle,
our password
baby.
was orange
full
juice.
Circle. Full circle. This is wild.
Why would she pick orange juice? I don't know. And I had another friend that I talked to a couple of years ago, and she said that her family had the same thing, and their password was also orange juice. So I was wondering if like maybe they had like a movie or like a, you know, something that parents watched, and they're like, you should have a password.
Yeah, exactly.
Like orange juice.
Yeah.
And so like all of our moms were like, oh, we'll pick orange juice because it was on the thing, and like nobody will think that we'll pick it because it was the same as they used on the show, or like, you know, why not use orange juice? Like I don't know why you would. Why not milk carton or like tapioca pudding or something?
Exactly. Or let's play jacks.
Yeah.
Like what? I mean, I remember though, like that time, right? Because the Satanic Panic was so strong.
Yeah.
Like, and I was forced to go to church as a kid and like born Assembly of God. Oh.
There were lots of these videos coming out.
Oh yeah, I remember those, and I'm gonna dig them out because I'm pretty sure they're still in this closet somewhere. No joke.
Oh yeah, crazy.
They're the backwards masking. Like I'm sorry, David John Oates. I think is a tool. I think he's a.
Is he the guy that when?
Yeah, reverse speech.
Like it'll say truths.
Yeah.
Like Bill Clinton will say like I did not have sex with that woman, but backwards it
totally
says I lust for bosoms.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Okay, now, it's a stretch to say that it's your unconscious mind. That's what the claim is. Now, I tend to think that it's an overreaction, but at the same time, I think there's something to it because the CIA did study this, and then they also say, "Oh man, that sucks." Shooting just now in Portland, Harrison. I bet there's one in Kenosha too.
Oh
right
shit.
But real quick, and I don't mean to. I'm not making a joke, dude. That sucks. But yeah. What was I saying? Shit. Damn it. What was I saying?
You were gonna say that milk is a base and orange juice is an acid, so they're on opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yep. Oh, backwards masking, David John Oates. The CIA studied this, like the the reverse speech.
I mean the phenomenon.
The phenomenon, yeah, they studied it and yeah, nice. They ultimately said it's of no use, blah 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 blah, which to me that gives it credence to some degree. Now that I'm actually like, yeah, I'm gonna actually marinate on this and see how I feel. Like, yeah, I think.
Did they ever say that the remote viewing was of no use, or that it was useful?
Well, yeah, basically they wrote it off as like this is just us getting a little bit too woo-woo.
Yeah, but they did it for like 50 years or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's
we just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a legit thing for 50 years.
Real. We wanted to make sure it wasn't real. Yeah. Okay.
Like I know the money's probably easy for them to get for stuff, but somebody's looking at that.
No doubt.
Every year.
Yeah. And Ingo Swann, I'm sorry, dude. I love that. I miss that man. He was awesome. And everybody, if penetration.
There's a deeper. a deeper thing going into that, like
Oh,
levels of the onion. You know, like they tell us about the men that stare at goats, but there's a reason why they tell us about it.
as a joke, yeah, and make fun of it, and then because, well, dude, there's something there because, yeah, totally. And what Ingo Swann, dude, in the '70s, man, what he wrote about in Penetration is absolute. Have you read that? Have you?
No.
Oh my God, dude! I read it in one day. It was that riveting. Like no joke, one sitting, I read that whole book, and it they had him remote viewing the moon. They were paying him.
And he saw a base on the back of it?
No, he went to the dark side of the moon. It was more than a base. He was seeing towers and built like
structures and stuff.
Structures, but also he saw naked men. And while he was remote viewing, granted he was gay, and that like he wasn't like out, gay. And obviously back then you couldn't be, you could be, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there's multiple interpretations of his description, but what he's saying is ultimately that once he was remote viewing it, he was getting paid like $1,000 a day back in the '70s to do this, or more, a little over it. And he was broke and needed the money at the time, so it's like crazy how it all fell into place. But this was day 5 or 6, and he didn't know if he could keep doing it because he was just like, it was just crazy.
The scam is hard.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no. Anyway, he was, while he was remote viewing it, he said this was probably like the second or third day he was actually doing it, and like seeing things and giving results about what he was viewing on the moon. And God, I have the book right there, so I should just go grab it and stop paraphrasing and ruining what he actually saw. But the point is he saw a naked man, and he didn't know if it was a human, but he knew it was a man, probably from his member. And and he said the man saw me. And he's like, how could he see me? Like was eating at him. Like, dude,
maybe he was wearing a construction worker's hat or like chaps or something, so that he could tell.
Exactly. I mean,
he was a man.
Or he was, or he had a chief's headdress on. Who knows?
He could have had a chief's headdress. Anyway, sorry I interrupted you there.
It messed with his mind so much, dude, that he literally he couldn't get over it at all, and he reported it back. Like the dude was sitting right there with him, like his handler, and he couldn't leave this property where he was. It was literally some underground whatever. They blindfolded him and took him there, right? Like it's crazy. Like it's one of the best books. Everybody, I recommend Penetration. Seriously, read it. You will not regret it. It's so good, and it'll. I mean, there's so much thought-provoking material at the end of it too, because ultimately he remote viewed Jupiter. The moons of Jupiter before NASA's 6 months before NASA sent the whatever, I don't know what the hell the name of the mission was, but they sent it out that way. And damn, Krista, that's deep. But anyway, yeah, he remote viewed out there before NASA. He was like, I got an idea. How about I remote view this to see if I'm accurate, and then when your explorer gets out there to the moons of Jupiter, we can see if I'm right. You know what I mean? Like we can see if my data that I'm gleaning from this remote viewing session is correct or not, and just compare notes. And what happens? He's spot on with almost all of the information, and it's documented right there, like the dates, everything. So like it actually happened. Now we don't know anything about it. Like, dude, NASA, we don't even need to go into that. Puharich, I know that, Krista.
I don't know about these guys. I've never heard
Andrea
of.
Puharich was Andrea Puharich was an older man, Hungarian, I believe, or something like that. But I know he was like, the Council of Nine. Do you hear
Nicaea?
No, Nine.
Oh.
Either the Nine, like you've heard about the Nine, right? And how they used to meet. That was like, dude, from Bell helicopters.
And they would do magic, and
yes,
the guy,
yes.
I've become destroyer of worlds. I've become destroyer of worlds. He's one of them. Oppenheimer?
Yeah, was it Oppenheimer? Yeah, he might have been in there, in that circle. But that's what Lavenda, Sinister Forces, book 1 is the Nine, and that's what he's talking about. And that's where channeled information was coming through, and that's what Chris is speaking of. Puharich was Ingo's handler. This is true, but it's also like, and then Uri Geller, what Ingo Swann was Uri Geller's handler. If you really want to go there too, and I know you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Andrea Puharich was, and Annie Jacobson writes heavily about him in Phenomenon. The book Phenomenon is a great book too. But yeah, he was the reason remote viewing essentially became a program in the an army, a branch of the army or what have you. He's the reason. And they were holding these. He was a spiritualist, and he was super into it. And I think he was a theosophist too. He could have been. I might be wrong, but They would hold these seances, and they got super crazy. And he had an Indian gentleman who was actually like the translator for the nine. Like he was a noted psychic, like really good, really good, really deep, legit psychic, right? Like legit, as legit as you get. And I know a lot of people in high government places, elites, essentially, if you want to just use that ugly, stupid word, were familiar with him or used him, in multiple settings, situations for divining, I don't know what, because it ain't for money, because they don't need money. But yeah, it's fascinating, and you should look into it, and I'll send you some shit on it, because it's really creepy. But yeah, that's where the nine came from, and there was an supposed alien ET speaking to them.
Yeah, but it was sort of like more like the entities. I kind of thought of it like the Vril girls were talking to like these aliens, and like maybe Iwas, Aleister Crowley's
his channel,
little baby.
Or you channeled him.
Little
or Lamb, one of the two. I don't know which one is which. I think aren't they both the same kind of? No.
Yeah, no, I think Krista was talking about something else.
No, she's right.
Maybe.
Andrea Puharich is Ingo Swann's handler, because he brought Ingo Swann into the CIA, or not into the CIA, into the Army, because it started as the remote viewing program started in the Army.
Was this like Kevin Spacey in the movie? The guy that bit the spoon bender?
Spoon bender? That's
a spoon bender?
I've never seen that.
You never seen the movie?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie. It's got that one dude in it that married.
Who?
George Clooney, Mr. Handsome.
Oh, he is handsome. I'm gonna grab the book to make sure this is right, because it's right next to me, so I might as well be accurate.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, why? I'm not gonna sit here quoting.
So just real quick, I was gonna jump back over to I was talking about black hole sun symbology and
penetration.
Here's the La Quinta.
Can we see that?
I'm not sure. Should be. Yeah, I think it's showing up. There it is.
All right. Well, it's Ingo Swann penetration. Okay. So
I'll come back to you. I was just doing this while you were gone. We can come back here. Easy to get distracted.
Okay, so all right, so let's see. Dead air is always great.
Dead air, dead air, dead air.
Dead air.
So yeah, I was thinking that a lot of black hole sun
feedback, really hard feedback. Sorry.
Symbology in the world here today. Maybe if I hold it back here, it won't. Oh.
Do you have that plugged into the PA? I know you do, don't you?
No, there's no PA plugged in.
Oh, okay.
No, this thing's got a USB.
Really? And it's being that big of a jerk? Move it away from your computer. Or wherever the speaker is, I'd move it away, as far away from that as possible. That should fix it, I think.
Think that'll work?
Yeah, like it's not gonna
how
happen.
do I sound?
As long as it's nowhere near your speaker, you're fine.
Nice.
But yeah, go ahead with what you're saying. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were noticing symbolism, and we're go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was just talking about the black hole sun symbolism.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the whole corona. It's the magical ritual, which we're in right now. It can be linked to 9/11 also, coronavirus being 19 years after 2001. Yeah, that's even worse,
Damn,
huh?
that's horrible. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I could try headphones.
Masonic altars under the Pentagon. Yeah, that sounds about right, because it would make that what is it? The divine liturgy, and how they have bones under a saint's bones under an altar
Under a Catholic church?
Catholic churches, yeah.
You know what? If they don't have a saint, then they would
yeah.
kill a baby, supposedly. And
What?
if they ran out of saint bones at a certain point.
That makes sense. They should have run out a long time ago.
And so they would have a ritual, and they would kill a baby, but they would make it a martyr and sanctify it and use its bones to.
That's heavy.
I mean, I don't know if I can necessarily prove it, but that's what I've heard. Because like after a while, you run out of saints' bones. I mean, like
Right.
And
After a while, you stop building Catholic churches. I mean, let's be realistic.
yeah.
I mean, so I think this would be a great thing to have or to talk about with because I do have Diana Pasalka, and she's the head of the religious studies department at UNC Wilmington, North Carolina. And she wrote, like I said, American Cosmic and blah blah blah. So you, with your knowledge of like obscure Catholic stuff like that, like she's one of the only people that's ever been to the Vatican's underground library, whatever, the secret library, dude, and been able and had free reign. Like
her what was his name from that movie? Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah, right.
That character that he played.
Yeah. Did that really happen in real life though? Did Tom Hanks in real life get to go there?
I don't know.
I'm sure. Why would? Well, no, probably not. Who knows?
I know they had like promotion for the movie Angels and Demons at CERN.
Yeah, that's right. At CERN, and wasn't that right around? No, that wasn't. I'm thinking I went to tie in the opening of that tunnel. That Chris.
It was after that. But also like Sally Field, however you'd like to say, which is a Mandela effect.
Yeah, right.
She stars with Tom Hanks in a bunch of movies, and her like brother is sort of a bigwig at CERN.
Damn, what is going on with that? Really? Her brother's really?
So people think that maybe they can control these Mandela effects, and since she's friends with Hanks, they put him into some Mandela effects, like there's movies that they were both in.
Okay, so
Forrest Gump, there was a lot of.
It's Rick Field, right? His name's Richard Field or Rick Field.
Who's that?
He's a physicist. Okay. I don't know if he works at CERN. Oh, wait. it, I'm not seeing he works. I mean, I'll find out right now. Yeah, he apparently, yep, name shift. Sally Fields was never Sally Fields though, guys. I never knew Sally Fields. I knew Sally Field since literally I was a child and could speak. The first I knew was Sally Field.
Sally
It's just
Field.
me. Yeah, no S, and also Berenstein Bears, no frickin' stain. All right, and I
Yeah,
was a,
I was always a fan of that show, or
same
that,
here, and
not show, but
yeah,
book.
and my mom was a teacher forever. She just, you know what I mean? Like she's a reading specialist, for kids, little kids, and all that, and also has multiple master's degrees. Okay, she used to read me Berenstein Bears, and specifically remembers it spelled with an EIN, and pronounced that obviously. So, and when I brought that information to her, because she's not the conspiracy minded by any means. Um, she didn't lose her mind, but she was very disturbed. So that it says it was Berenstain Bears, but then you find it all over when you do actually go into it. There's images of, you know,
Both.
yeah,
I, I had trouble because I had the books when I was a kid,
yeah.
um, and then I got books for my daughter, and after moving and this and that, I don't know if any of them are the old ones or not.
Whoa,
You
that's
know,
bad. Sorry, but I didn't pull your out.
and they
Sorry,
all say
everybody.
stain. All the books I have.
They say stain,
They say Berenstain, not
EIN.
yeah, not stain.
It's
Stein.
not the Jewy version. All right, let's be realistic.
Berenstain, I would remember if I was a kid, and it was
Thank
Berenstain.
you, stain. I mean, that's really like, yeah, I got a bear stain on my bear. Like, you'd
Yeah.
be making dumb kid jokes about that crap, dude. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
for sure.
that. Like, that just. Sorry, that's just too strong of a word when you're a kid. Stain. It's just too. It's too strong,
It
and
is.
it sticks with you. It's weird. Um, it's one of those words, like a charged word. It feels like it's got, yeah, it's got power behind it. Um, yeah, I'm seeing this now. Sally Field's name changed due to Mandela effect. What? Like, get out of here, dude. This is a load of trash. Sorry, I've heard people mispronounce her name forever though at the same time too, and call her
How is it
Sally
supposed to
Field.
be pronounced?
Field. It's no S. Her name's Sally Field,
Sally
and
Field, yeah.
I've heard people mispronounce her name as long as I can remember and call her Sally Fields because it's just what it is. It's like,
I think that's what it's supposed to be now.
no, I'm looking, no, nope, Sally Field, no, no S.
Oh
I
no,
have this. I have, but I mean, this is from Mandela Bible Changes. Do you think I'm gonna like, like, come on, .com, like Mandela Bible Changes.com, really?
yeah.
Yeah, no,
What's all that clicking?
it looks like that we have Sally Field talking about her brother working at CERN. I'm gonna play that clip for you guys right now. No, if I had it, I
Oh, your
would.
brother works at CERN. You saw.
Jim has the clip. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Can you hear,
You
Jim?
want
Can you play that and we can hear it?
Yeah.
Here. Do you want me to send it to you?
Um. Let me
Here,
think.
I got it.
Send it to
Uh,
my
iMessage or email?
email.
Right here.
Ringing.
It's like everybody probably is like, we're already watched it in the chat. Like they can get to it way faster than we can. We suck right now. We don't suck all the time.
Let's see.
Here.
Okay, opening now.
So we're gonna wrap pretty soon, just because this is like overkill for everybody, and I'm sorry, like if I'm not sorry if you're.
Yeah, it's our first show. We're doing. I think we're doing all right.
I think
we're gonna come on earlier next week.
We're gonna come on. Yes, we are gonna come on earlier. We're gonna come on earlier than Michael Deacon.
You think 5:30 my time, which would be
7:30, bro. 2 hours, not too bad.
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, real quick, while he's pulling, which is like I said, 5 miles south of me, 6 miles, that there is, and I was on with Billy Ray Valentine earlier today, and I'll be on America Unplugged. Shout out to Billy Valentine, Billy Ray Valentine, my boy. That's on Iconic Media, guys, for David Icke's and Jamie Icke's channel or media company. Support that if you can. Anyway, but yeah, it's quiet. It seems like it's quiet.
Yeah, I think I'm having I think maybe we should just call it.
Yeah, I think we should. We are gonna call it, guys.
And
So
we
we
will,
appreciate all of you in the chat. Seriously, thank you for hanging out and just literally whatever winging it with us, because that's what this clearly was, and it was fun. And yeah. And yeah, Neil Sanders as well, Oswald. Good. Yeah, Neil Sanders on there, and then Charlie Robinson, who we'll be talking to on the show too. We've got a lot of people ready. I just haven't made the schedule yet to book, but everybody that we've talked to has said yes, and they really want to hang out. So we're really excited about this, and keep an eye out too. There's going to be an only audio version Jim and I are going to do with just interviews, kind of. But a couple nights a week we're gonna. But this is a Saturday thing. It's a hangout. This is going to be fun. There's no it's loose. And there's going to be a lot of people that you're going to recognize, and some people you don't recognize hanging out with us. And yeah, we're excited about it. So, thank you guys seriously for hanging out. And I am going to Discord. I got to do that. I got to get around and creating a Discord chat. And there's a few other things, but
yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you all again next week.
In the chat, I put I'm David Barski. We got to get that figured out with whatever. So, but Record High is me on Twitter. Jim.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I think it's Jim Maiden23 at Jim Maiden23 or at James Maiden. Can also maybe find me. I'll see if I can put a link in the doodly doo.
Yeah, throw that in there, and then. When we post it, once it goes off, we can throw a link up too. And yeah, I do know Max Egan, and I don't know John Lamb Lash though. Oswald, why don't you do me a favor? If anybody wants to get whatever, do you have any guest suggestions or topic suggestions, things like that?
Yeah, throw it in the comment. Or yeah.
I'll just post it right here, right now. Whatever. Weaving spiders. I think it's
Weaving Spiders at iCloud.
Yeah, at iCloud.com. And then also seems to be like the Facebook page seems to have more people and whatever, which is fine. I don't mind.
I don't do Facebook really, so
I know Jim doesn't do Facebook. I do it because it's promote band stuff. I have to do what I have to do. So check out Weaving Spiders Welcome. It's there. I can do this for you. I'm not, no, on the Discord. Chris, I'm not. I should be in the Arts Only Discord. And I will be after this. So, alright. So why don't we just do that, Jim? Let's just use the Arts Only for this. For Weaving Spiders.
Cool. We'll have to talk to SB about it, but yeah,
Sean. He'll probably be cool.
It's probably fine.
I hope. I mean, he's Sean. We love him. Here we go. Weaving Spiders. Welcome. This link I'm giving you guys should work. Let me know if it doesn't. It doesn't matter. You can look it up. It'll be around. Like all you need to do is go to Facebook and that should work. I don't know if these links are gonna freaking work. Good looking out, Krista.
Twitter is where I'm on most of the time. I know I'm rambling. Jim, you probably gotta go. Yeah. So, again, guys, thanks a bunch for sitting with us and shooting shit and just laughing, because that's what we're supposed to be doing through the apocalypse. So, and also, like, for, Tracy, we're keeping it alive. We're going to keep figuring it out, and ultimately,
keep the spirit alive.
We're going to, and also, yeah, dude, get to the bottom. Not necessarily, who knows, we'll get to the bottom of what happened, but still at the same time, it's like, doing her some justice as, I can't speak for Jim, I was just close, but I mean, like, I feel like some weird connection to her that I can't explain, that I've never met her, but she's affected my life, and did years ago, and still affects my life with her research and her, just everything. So, yeah, that's it. So, happy birthday, Tracy Twyman.
Happy birthday, Tracy Twyman.
We love you. And
thanks for everybody for coming out and watching.
That's a wrap.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Do you know where my food truck is?